Hey, what's going on, my friends? My name is Craig Howard and I'm at the Happy Camper RV Superstore in Caldwell, Idaho right now. I was out walking around our lot and it looks like a rainstorm is about to blow in, so I was checking on some campers, making sure all the vents and doors were closed, and I came up to these tent trailers and I thought this is the perfect place to illustrate the point of our next camping tip for you. So we're doing a cool series between Memorial Day and Labor Day. That's about 100 days, and so we're doing 100 tips for an awesome season of summer camping. Our tip today is something to keep in mind. This isn't a direct tip, but the tip is to know this in your mind. And that is that water is the enemy of your gear. So we're in the tent trailer. This is a question that we get all the time with campers, with tent trailers, but this is totally 100% translates over to your tent that you set up on the ground, even things like your clothing, your sleeping bag, all kinds of gear. Water's the enemy, and let me explain what I mean. It's not even a big deal in something like this to get rained on, even to get snow, sleet, hail. Sometimes we'll have tent trailers like this set up all through the whole winter out on display, and they get snow on them. No big deal, not a problem at all. Sometimes we get tent trailers that are 20 years old. In fact, I've got one just over here I should have showed you, and the canvas looks fine. The real problem, the reason that water is an enemy, is when you don't take care of it. This thing gets wet on your camp out, you put it down and you forget about it. That just doesn't work. You get mildew, you get mold, it starts to deteriorate and degrade your materials. So we're gonna find that true across most of our camping gear, whether that's a tent trailer like this, a tent on the ground, your sleeping bag, your clothing, even a lot of hard goods. Putting them away wet and keeping them stored like that is where you're gonna have some problems. But don't worry, not a big deal. Even if your camp out gets rained out and you've got to pack it up early, you have to pack up and your stuff's all wet, not a big deal. I'm just talking about when we're keeping it stored long term with water still on it, that's when we have the problem. So if you encounter that when you're camping, once you get home and it's not raining anymore, or maybe you can do it inside if it's smaller gear, just set it up, reopen it all up, let it dry out. No big deal. But if you don't do that, it does become a big deal. So that's your camping tip for today. Water could be, that's how I should have phrased it from the start. Water could be the enemy to all your gear. Let it dry out before you store it. Join me tomorrow and we'll have another camping tip. Hope you've had an awesome season so far and a whole bunch more camping planned on your schedule. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.